Have you ever found yourself wondering why a narcissist wants to stay in your life even after the relationship is over? Why they insist on remaining friends as if nothing's changed? Well, it's not about friendship, and it's certainly not about wanting what's best for you. If you're wondering why a narcissist wants to remain friends after the relationship is over, then welcome to my channel, The Narcissist Revealed, where we discuss narcissism and how it affects our relationships. Understanding and interpreting their tendencies can help you avoid the pitfalls of dealing with these types of relationships. If you enjoy this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button for more videos like this. Also, check out the description box for my latest recommendations and training on getting over a relationship with a narcissist. And now, let's get straight to the video. Let's take a moment to think about what happens after most breakups. Typically, when two people end a relationship, they go their separate ways. Each person needs space to heal, to reflect, and eventually to move on. But with a narcissist, things are different. They don't let go the way others might. Instead, they might reach out with messages like, "Let's stay friends," or "I still care about you." At first, it may seem harmless, maybe even kind. You might think, well, it's nice that they still want to be in my life. But this is where the manipulation continues. The narcissist isn't interested in maintaining a friendship because they care about you. What they really want is to maintain access to you. By keeping you close, they can continue to have influence over your emotions, your decisions, and your healing process. So why do they do this? Why can't they just let you go? It all comes down to control and their need for constant validation, which leads us to their next move. First, let's look at who we're dealing with. A narcissist isn't just an ex who can't let go. They're not trying to remain friends out of care or respect. Narcissists are master manipulators who thrive on control, validation, and power. They need constant attention and admiration, and losing a relationship doesn't mean they stop craving that. So what tactics do they use to keep you in their orbit? For a narcissist, staying friends is just another form of manipulation. They'll use phrases like, "I still want you in my life," or "We were too important to each other to just walk away." At first glance, these seem kind or even flattering, but they're designed to pull you back in. In reality, they want to keep you emotionally tied to them without the commitment of a real relationship. This is what we call friends with benefits. Not in the physical sense, but emotionally. They get the benefit of your attention, affection, and emotional energy without offering you any commitment in return. Where does this manipulation happen? Everywhere. It's not just in personal conversations, but also through social media, random texts, or even casually showing up where you are. They keep tabs on you, inserting themselves into your life in subtle ways. Maybe they accidentally like an old post of yours on social media, or they reach out during a moment when they know you're feeling vulnerable. Timing is key for a narcissist. They won't try to remain friends immediately after the breakup. Instead, they'll wait for the right moment, when you're starting to move on, or when you're feeling lonely or unsure. This gives them the opportunity to slide back into your life, offering friendship as a solution to your emotional uncertainty. Their actions are rarely random. They know exactly when to reappear to maximize their influence. But why do they want to remain friends? It all comes down to control. A narcissist can't stand the idea of you moving on without them. By keeping you close, they prevent you from emotionally attaching to someone else. They also keep themselves at the center of your attention, ensuring that you remain tied to them, whether through friendship or occasional emotional exchanges. This constant access to you feeds their need for narcissistic supply, the validation they get from knowing they still have a hold on you. How do they execute this plan? Slowly, strategically, and over time. They might reach out when you're feeling low, offering a shoulder to lean on, only to pull away just when you start feeling emotionally connected again. They know how to keep you in a cycle of hope and disappointment, all while maintaining enough distance to avoid commitment. In this way, they get everything they want: your attention, your emotions, and your energy, without ever having to fully invest in a real relationship. Let's take a look at how this behavior plays out in real life. Imagine you've broken up with a narcissist and you've started the process of healing. You've cut off most contact and things are finally beginning to settle down. Then, out of the blue, they send you a message. It might be something as simple as, "Hey, I miss talking to you. Can we catch up as friends?" It sounds innocent enough, but this is the first step in pulling you back into their orbit. You agree to meet up, thinking, "What harm could it do? We're just friends now." But during that meeting, they'll subtly start testing the waters, complimenting you, reminiscing about good times, and making you feel special again. It's not long before you find yourself thinking about them more, second-guessing the breakup, and wondering if maybe being friends isn't such a bad idea after all. And that's exactly what they want, to get you emotionally invested again. Here's another example. You're moving on, and you've even started seeing someone new. The narcissist catches wind of it, perhaps through social media or mutual friends. Suddenly, they reach out, acting overly friendly, saying they're happy for you. But their real goal is to sow seeds of doubt. They might say things like, "I hope they treat you right," or "It's strange seeing you with someone else, but I'm glad you're happy." These comments are designed to make you question your new relationship and draw your attention back to them. In both scenarios, the narcissist's actions aren't about friendship. They're about maintaining control and ensuring you don't fully move on without them. Whether it's a random message or an unexpected compliment, these behaviors are calculated moves to keep you emotionally tied to them, even after the relationship is over. So, what happens when you allow the narcissist to remain in your life as a friend? The consequences are deeper than you might realize. By keeping that connection alive, the narcissist is still able to influence your thoughts, emotions, and actions, even if you think you've moved on. Their presence in your life makes it harder for you to fully heal from the relationship. One of the biggest consequences is emotional confusion. You may start to question whether ending the relationship was the right choice. Their sudden kindness, the way they show up just when you're feeling low, it all creates mixed signals. You may even start to wonder if they've changed, but the reality is that they haven't. Their behavior is still about control, not care. Another consequence is the constant emotional drain. Even if you're no longer romantically involved, they will continue to take up emotional space in your life. You might find yourself thinking about their needs, their feelings, and their opinions, leaving little room for your own emotional growth. This emotional attachment prevents you from truly moving forward, and it can even sabotage new relationships, as the narcissist remains in the background, subtly influencing your choices. And perhaps the most damaging consequence is the delay in your healing process. By staying friends, you're still tethered to the very person who caused you pain. You can't fully heal while the source of your hurt is still active in your life. The longer you allow the narcissist to remain involved, the longer it takes for you to regain your emotional independence and rebuild your self-worth. Now, let's talk about the turning point, the moment when things finally start to become clear. This isn't always a single event, but often a series of small realizations that lead you to understand the real intentions behind the narcissist's behavior. Maybe it starts with noticing how their actions don't align with their words. They talk about being friends, but somehow every conversation feels like a game of manipulation. Or perhaps you begin to feel that sinking feeling in your gut every time they text you, a reminder that things still aren't as they should be. The turning point often begins when you start to see the patterns. You realize that their compliments come only when you're distancing yourself, or their friendly messages always seem to come when you're moving on emotionally or starting something new in your life. This pattern is a key sign. They reappear when they feel you're slipping out of their control, when they sense you're becoming less attached. Another sign of this turning point is recognizing the emotional exhaustion they cause. You notice that even after a simple text conversation, you're left feeling drained, confused, or second-guessing yourself. That's because the narcissist's goal isn't to build a real friendship. It's to keep you tangled in emotional knots. Once you become aware of this cycle, you'll start to see the manipulation for what it is, a way for them to maintain control. At this point, something shifts inside you. Maybe it's after they make one too many comments that leave you questioning yourself. Or maybe you realize how their presence in your life is holding you back from forming new relationships or focusing on your own growth. You begin to see that their friendship isn't a friendship at all. It's a way to keep you tied to them without giving anything meaningful in return. This moment of clarity is crucial because it's the first step toward breaking free from their grip. Recognizing the patterns and understanding the emotional toll are signs that you're ready to regain control of your own life. This is the turning point when you begin to see that real healing comes from distance, not from staying tied to the very person who caused the pain. Now that you've reached the turning point, you might be wondering, what's next? How do I fully break free from this emotional tug-of-war? The truth is, removing a narcissist from your life isn't easy, and it's even harder when they've positioned themselves as a friend. But the first step is understanding that their version of friendship isn't about support or care. It's about control. Real freedom comes when you're able to fully distance yourself, emotionally and physically. But to do that, you need to recognize the patterns and stop feeding into their cycle of manipulation. Healing can only begin once you've cut off the narcissist's access to your emotions and energy. In another video, we'll dive deeper into how you can begin that journey of reclaiming your life. But for now, remember, the power to heal starts with recognizing that you deserve more than a manipulative friendship. Have you experienced this before? Have you had a narcissist try to stay in your life under the guise of friendship? I'd love to hear your stories. Share them in the comments below. Your experiences not only help others, but also create a community where we can all learn and heal together. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more insights into understanding narcissistic behavior. I release new videos every week, breaking down the patterns and tactics of narcissists so you can protect yourself and take back control of your life. And now to the next video.